The United Kingdom's entries always used to fare reasonably well in the tallies, with Sandie Shaw not only winning the competition but also becoming the first to fly to the top of the charts with Pop It on a String in 1967. However, none of our hopefuls have hit number one since 1996, when Gina Gisua Just a Little Bit went to the summit, after coming 8th in Eurovision. In fact, only one of our flag bearers this century, Scoochers Flying the Flag for You, in 2007 has even hit the top 5 in the UK charts. So who are our biggest ever chart flops? Below are the 10 British Eurovision Song Contest tracks with the lowest singles chart peaks. And in the event of a tie, we've reverted to the song's Eurovision placing. And no, despite famously scoring 0 points, Gemini's Cry Baby still charted at number 15, so isn't anywhere close to being on this list. 10. Love Will Set You Free, Engelbert Humperdinck, 2012, chart peak, number 60, Eurovision placing, 25. The Ivor Novello award-winning songwriter in the form of Sasha Skarbek couldn't help this song find an audience. Sadly, Engelbert had to perform first on the night, meaning he was all but forgotten by the time it came to vote. 9. Even If, Andy Abraham, 2008, chart peak, number 67, Eurovision placing, 23. RDX Factor runner-up Abraham staged a mini comeback when he went to Eurovision for Us, though he ultimately finished at the bottom of the leaderboard with only 14 points. He didn't exactly set the charts alight either. 8. Why Do I Always Get It Wrong? Live Report, 1989, chart peak, 73. Eurovision placing, 2. ND Live Report came second at Eurovision, losing out on the title by a mere 7 points. But even though Europe was enamored with it, Brits weren't, and it failed to rise higher than number 73 in the charts. 7. Never Give Up on You, Lucy Jones, 2017, chart peak, 73, Eurovision placing, 15th. It was only last year that Lucy Jones left viewers ecstatic that we had actually, for the first time in years, finished mid-table as opposed to the very bottom. But despite a powerful vocal performance, sales and streams of Never Give Up on You were low, and it charted no higher than number 73. 6. You're Not Alone, Joe and Jake, 2016, chart peak, 81, Eurovision placing, 24. Joe and Jake were the first casualties of the rejuvenated Eurovision voting system, whereas they scored very highly with the jury in 2016, when the public votes were piled on. They slumped right down to the wrong end of the leaderboard. That disappointment was reflected in the UK singles chart, too, where they barely made it into the top 100.5. Believe in Me, Bonnie Tyler, 2013, chart peak, 93, Eurovision placing, 19th. Bonnie Tyler was supposed to be a safe pair of hands for the British ship in 2013, but Believe in Me was ultimately not memorable enough to make an impact either on Eurovision viewers or British music buyers. 4. Only the Light, Ricky Peebles, 1987, chart peak, 96, Eurovision placing, 13th. 47 points were accrued by Peebles in the late 80s, enough to finish mid-table in Brussels. But the song only just made the top 100 here. 3. Runner in the Night, Rider, 1986, chart peak, 98, Eurovision placing, 7th. Another 1980s chart flop, Rider won the British ticket by winning a Song for Europe, but however much viewers loved the song before the contest, they seemed to be indifferent to it afterwards, and it could only chart at a lowly number 98. 2. Still in Love with You, Electro Velvet, 2015, chart peak, 114, Eurovision placing, 24 at Poor Electro Velvet were completely lambasted when Still in Love with You was announced as the UK entry in 2015, and sure enough they completely tanked in Vienna, receiving 5 points. Over here, the track missed the top 100 completely. Point 1. That sounds good to me. Josh Dubovy, 2010, chart peak, 179, Eurovision placing, 25th as bare a thought. For Josh Dubovy, sent to Eurovision with a song written by certified star makers Pete Waterman and Mike Stock, voted through by the public on Eurovision, Your Country Needs You, and then completely abandoned when it all went wrong. Not only did it finish in last place, scoring a total of 10 points, it also became the lowest charting British Eurovision entry ever on the singles chart.